The Aussie NFL Fantasy Show would like to acknowledge the traditional land owners and the leaders past, present and emerging of Ngunnawal, Ngambri and Darawal countries where we are working from today. This always was, and always will be, Aboriginal land.
Right. So Thursday night football, Rams vs Bills. What are we thinking, guys? Sort of, yeah. I think,
Two very good teams that'll be up there at
Yeah.
the end of the year.
yeah,
Two very good offenses and two very good defenses, to be honest.
yeah,
I've been bringing up my PFF stats lately, but both of them rank in the top nine in their secondary. So this could actually be one that might be one on the ground, maybe. I know that you got two very good quarterbacks, so the receivers are going to do their work. So I'm not trying to say that, but there might be some sneaky plays in fantasy for some of the players on the ground. Maybe someone like a Devin Singletary. I'm actually looking at. I think he's someone that people wouldn't look at as a fantasy starter or anything like that. But you saw him sort of take over at the end of last year, and I think he could actually have a decent start to the year here. So, I'm sort of planting my flag on someone like him to have a good game in this one.
Ooh, I'm interested in that. What I was sort of thinking is that, gee, if you ever want to get yourself a slice of Allen Robinson, this might be the last time you get to do it. Because if he has a
Yep.
good game, you're never going to get him. You're never going to get him.
yeah.
But gee, it takes a little bit of stoicism and a little bit of cement in the testes to go, you know what, I'm going to put my neck out here and put something out there for him, having not seen it. And the last times we've seen him have been with no reason why he couldn't perform decently in a team where he should have been getting the majority target share and just wasn't a part of the Bears offense. So it does take a level of testes to go out and put something out there for Allen Robinson. But gee, if things go right for him tomorrow, you've missed maybe the last chance to get him.
Yeah.
They're going to be all over Cup too after his triple crown last year.
Yeah. I mean, Cup is going to have a pretty solid game, even if he has Tre'Davious White on him. I think Cup is still going to get at least 15 fantasy points. That there's no question. Unless Tre'Davious White has an all-time blinder, Darrell Revis Island style, that sort of performance, I'm really not seeing any way Cup gets less than 15 yards. And actually, I could, 15 fantasy points. And I could honestly say the same thing about Stephon Diggs. I think he can easily get 15 fantasy points here. There's definitely a touchdown in it for both, I reckon. And
Wow.
yeah, and it's just about how deep can you really go with the sort of secondaries. We're talking about how good they are. How deep are they really? Because when you look at the wide receiver freeze for each of these teams, you got Van Jefferson for the freaking Rams. Will he smack some ass on Taylor, you reckon?
I don't know. Like you said, even though PFF has him as the top nine, there are some question marks probably more around the Bills. I think Jefferson could actually take the top off them. I wouldn't be surprised. He had some injury issues in the preseason games and things like that. So I don't know if he's 100% healthy. I don't know if that's going to come into play, but I wouldn't be surprised because they're going to be so worried about Cup and Allen Robinson sort of in those intermediate routes and, Cup turning buddy 5 yard catches into buddy 20 yard plays. I think they're going to be so worried about that I wouldn't be surprised if Stafford tried to really take a bomb early to Van Jefferson. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. But I think this game's clearly going to be won by Cup and Robinson in general. But again, I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen. And early, I reckon that'll be the kind of thing they'll try real quick.
Yeah, and I think Gabe Davis and Isaiah McKenzie are two names you could potentially see really do well for the Bills at wide receiver. Just absolutely they're going to go well, I reckon. And I just think one of them, I'm not sure, I'm probably going to put my money on Gabe Davis over Isaiah McKenzie to do better. I think one of them is going to do well because the Rams, I mean, they have they have a good secondary, as you said, top nine. But, outside of Ramsey, can I really trust the others in coverage? Yes, to an extent, because look, you can still have great coverage, but then there's also great receivers that can just destroy that coverage. I mean, Jamar Chase was literally all over freaking Jalen Ramsey in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that sort of thing can happen. So, it's not even that bad, I reckon. And I think it's a bit weird talking about defenses in freaking a fantasy chat. Like we always rate defense so lowly, but
Yeah, we never talk about him.
yeah, can we actually start either defense in this game? Like,
I think you got to. I think if
I
you're
mean,
playing 10-team fantasy, you've got to, right?
yeah, I mean that's the truth. You just gotta go for it. But they're playing against each other, and there's a high potential of this being a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I
Who-
disagree. I don't think I would, honestly.
I think they're both
I-
quarterbacks who've shown you they've got propensity to turn it over. That's
I'm
where
on-
points are in fantasy football for defenses. Is this a guy who's a game manager, or is he a guy who will sling it and give you the opportunity to pick a turnover? Yeah, they both are.
Yeah, probably Stafford. I think there could be a few ins on him. I think Allen, if I think he might be a little bit more safe with the ball than Stafford. But you're right, there's interception potential with both of them.
I'd
And-
play the
Yeah.
Bills, but I probably wouldn't play the Rams.
Well, Taylor,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
famously in
feeling.
our 16-team league, ended up with the Rams defense, and
I
you
did.
dropped them.
I got auto picked the Rams. I couldn't see a worse matchup for a team than the Bills, like honestly, in week one. So I'd rather take a middle of the line defense in a better matchup. That's just the way I
Yeah.
normally like to stream defenses.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them to like lose points. That's the thing. That's why I wanted to raise that one. Look, kickers, we rarely mention them, but both kickers should do well in this one. Matt Gay and
I got
kick
Matt
his ass.
Gay.
Yeah, kick his ass, Taylor Bass. Yeah, I think both of them should do pretty well in this one. It's a high scoring one. And yeah, quarterback, of course, you're going to start Josh Allen and Matthew Stafford if you have them. It's just going to be absolutely great. Theater. I'm very excited. First game of the NFL season, NFL kickoff game in SoFi Stadium, which is hosted which means it's the third consecutive NFL game that's been played at SoFi, because you had the NFC Championship game, then the Super Bowl, and then the first game of the season, all at SoFi, no game in between. And Von Miller in all three games, and he was at the home team, he was at a neutral site, and he was in the away team. So there you go. There's some stats
Hey.
for you with the home venues there. Yeah, so it's going to be a very interesting sort of game. Prediction, honestly, I've been leaning towards the Rams pretty much the whole off season with this game. Ever since it was scheduled, I've been leaning with the Rams 35-30. I'll be a little bit more
Whoa.
conservative than the 40-40s sort of thing. Both teams scoring 40. But yeah, 35-30. I'm going with the Rams.
Before I do a prediction, you touch quickly on the quarterbacks there. I completely agree. Josh Allen's a smash start. You don't draft the number one quarterback and not play him.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit not sure. If you're in a 10-team league, I don't think Stafford's a definite play.
Yeah.
Here's even like a little like question for you on the spot. Would you play him against the Bills, who were number one against quarterback, or would you play Aaron Rodgers in a shootout against the Vikings?
Oh, Aaron Rodgers, easily. Yeah.
Well, there you go. And he's a lower ADP than Matt Stafford is. So like that's just not like I agree. Like Stafford should have a decent game. I'm not trying to say he won't, but there's some of the things you can look at. Like, you know, if you've drafted Stafford in a 10-team league, you're probably going to play. But there's a chance he may not have even been drafted, or like if people weren't putting quarterbacks on their bench, you can sort of stream it a bit. But you know, it just shows that even, you know, a guy like Matt Stafford in a 10-team league isn't even a guaranteed start.
Yeah.
Maybe not this week, but yeah, it'd be tough to find terribly many weeks where you wouldn't start him.
Yeah.
The other question I just wanted to round up real quick is which kicker scores the most, guys?
Oh, it's huge.
We'll do this every Thursday. Which kicker? Are we going with Matty Gay?
I'm going
Going with
Taylor
Tyler.
I
Bass.
hope
Yes,
it's
kick
Gay.
his
I hope
ass.
it's Gay. I hope it's Gay because I've got him in my Astro League team.
I'm leaning Matt Gay because first name's Matt.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Bass, just to be different.
Just
Yeah.
going.
Kick his ass,
And
Tyler,
also,
man.
I just think, Bills' offense is still going to be flying. So I think there's a few field goals in there for Taylor Bass. That's just one. And my prediction as well. There's 3 field
35-30.
goals because you
Yeah,
can
there's
have
some field goals,
you
man.
can have 3 field goals, 3 touchdowns in that 30. Whereas Matt Gay would be kicking 5 extra points. You get 3 field goals, 3 extra points. Hopefully no misses there in that prediction. So
Tay, have you got a score projection, or do you want me to throw mine in before you do yours?
You go first, mate, because
Alright.
I've got a bit of a bold take.
Imagine
oh,
that, Taylor being bold. Never before.
Yeah,
All
doesn't sound
right,
like me at all.
I'm going to say straighty 180, and I'm just going to go Rams 27-23. I took them in the tipping contest that we're all in. So, sticking with the Rams 27-23.
yeah, my prediction's coming out, by the way, very soon for that tipping comp.
All right, Boldy Tay, what do you got?
I'm
Golden Boldy.
saying that the Buffalo Bills come in and smack that ass and they put a beat down on the Rams week 1.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying 38-17.
Oh,
I'm saying they come and just wipe their asses on them and just walk out.
Spicy.
whoa.
I reckon the Bills make a statement in
Wow.
this game. The Rams have a Super Bowl hangover. Von Miller goes against his old team and just dominates. I just think it's going to be one of those games. I reckon, like I said, I think Singletary's going to be able to run the ball. I reckon the second half's going to be him running a bit because they've just got such a lead. I reckon they're going to come out early and smoke them. And I just think Stafford, this could be the game where he has a couple of interceptions early and he tries a couple of those shots to Van Jefferson. They don't work. And I think the Bills are going to show their Super Bowl credentials early.
Just to put this on the stat, there's only been 4 times in NFL kickoff game history that the away team has won. So mainly because the
Bold
defending
take, baby.
Super Bowl champions have been the home team all but twice.
Yeah.
So the first kickoff game, the Niners beat the Giants 16-13. Massive foreshadow for what happened later that year in the playoffs. Then in 2012, the Cowboys beat the Giants 24-17. 2017, that Kareem Hunt game, 42-27, the Chiefs beat the Patriots.
That was wild.
Yeah, in 2019, I mean, this one, it was just a legacy game because there was no defending Super Bowl champ. It was the Packers defeated the Bears 10-3.
That was just an awful game, by the way. Oh my God. It was Montgomery's first game, and everyone was so excited, and he ran for like 41 yards or something like that. He caught 2 passes for like 1 yard, and you're like, is that it?
Yeah, that's...
Is anyone in there?
And football is back, baby.
Football is back. Hey, well, good luck with the predictions, guys. Thursday night football. We'll try and get one of these up every week as well through the season.
There's going to be some ask games. There's going to be some ask games we have to do then.
There is.
We live in the arse.
This will be nice and low key. This will be very much just shooting the shit. So a little bit of a different pace from our structured season stuff, which is also serious. Well, boys, thank you so much.
Thank
Let's
you.
start getting this shit together and get it out there.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Wrap it up like a fajita.
Yeah. All right, boys. I'm going to go.
See you guys.
Catch you later on. See you, boys.
Catch you later.
Peace
Bye.
out.
Rams are shit.